we can't leave the Caal-Shto here. The beast could return at any time, and we're in no shape to hold them off alone.
Agreed. The Caal-Shto still has her fusion drives, though. We should be able to hide her and ourselves in the nearby Nebula. By the time we emerge from the other side, we will be beyond sensor range, and the Caal-Shto's hyperdrive should be repaired.
And then what? What do we do about this plague we've set loose? Do we have any idea of the research module's location or its capabilities?
Unknown. The fact it sent a fleet to infect the most powerful ship in the sector means that it is not a simple viral creature. It understands our data banks and technology. Strategic projections are not looking good. It could spread over this portion of the galaxy in weeks.
You'd think they'd sort of realise if it can take over starships that it's like more intelligent than just a virus. But then maybe this is more common in the future of Homeworld.
All stop.
Holding position. Waiting here.
Kunlan to Caal-Shto. We're projecting a nav beam through the nebula now. Lock on and follow.
Got that, Kunlan. Keep running that beam. Our own nav system is a mess right now. We'd never make it through the nebula blind.
Understood. We're counting on the nebula to keep you hidden until we can make your repairs. Once you've acquired the beam, move out at best speed. We'll bring up the rear and keep an eye out for any surprises.
Acknowledge, Kunlan. Moving out now.
So I think this is just an escort mission.
We are picking up transmissions from a nearby base.
I think.
The Imperialist Taidan. We need more info on the Imperialist base and what kind of firepower they have on hand. Recon the origin point of the transmissions.
Like, one thing I think I actually realised playing the game previously. Can we heal them?
Leave this to the pros.
I don't think we can we? Yeah, one of the things I realised playing the game is I think it's actually easier to use.
Our ships need greater protection. We should
Damn
build
it.
an armor research module. We should be able to research a force field projector that can be fitted to our sentinels.
Beginning construction. Stand by Group 1.
I was going to say, I think I found out or realised when I played the game previously that it's actually better to use mimics disguised as recons rather than actual recons. Or unless you use a flight of recons. Because otherwise they just die super easily.
Underway.
They don't really evade enemies. Is this working? Oh, okay, it is. Somewhat.
Bridge.
I am here.
Stand by
Command.
Group 1. Stand by Group 3. Command.
Mimic here. Changing now.
So you can make them look like your ships, which you think, why would I want to do that? And you don't in single player, but I think in multiplayer it was a tactic you could use to confuse the enemy. Or confuse your opponent. You know, make them think you had a bigger fleet than you did. Or like you were attacking from one direction when you were attacking from the other.
Moving.
Because I think Fog of War was either on by default or at least an option.
Armor module is now online.
Research underway.
So what do Sentinels do at the moment then?
Research completed.
Oh, okay. Can they attack stuff? Wait, what?
Emergency alert. The Imperials have laid down a minefield.
Mimic
Okay,
ready.
that's not an emergency. It's a thing, but it's not an emergency.
Yeah, understood. Harvesting. Worker ready. Hauling rock.
Aye. I am here, Command.
Here we go over there. I don't know, maybe.
Stand by Group 1.
Target acquired.
I was just going to say maybe I should resource gather a bit first. Essentially, in these early missions, like the units you can make are quite like resource intensive. In these early missions, it only really gives you just enough to do what you need to do. Like I think we can go up to like 100k RU
Stand by Group 2.
if need be.
Wall. Formation set.
But I think in these early missions, before you really go all out,
Stand by Group 1.
I don't think you get past 20 or 30.
Underway. Weapons charged.
The one thing I will say about the mimic idea, about using them as recons, is obviously
Mimic here.
their vision cone is a lot smaller than the recon. The recon has the advantage of being a recon, but sometimes the fact the mimic can stay alive is more important than
Target acquired.
its visibility, because you can just use waypoints to crisscross them around the map.
Yes, Command.
Stand
Drives
by
on.
Group 1.
Underway. 2 coordinates now. Moving out.
Oh.
Underway. Target locked in.
Stand by Group 2.
Underway. 2 coordinates now.
Stand by Group 1.
Weapons charged.
So this is also back when AI was really dumb in games, and like you had to be super careful with your units.
Coordinates locked in.
Otherwise, like harvesters
Hostiles by
and
Group 1.
resource collectors would just throw themselves at the enemy
Need repairs, Command.
while trying to harvest.
Ready.
Worker ready. Harvesting.
Well,
Good timing. There's a rattle in the manifold.
Roger, Command.
Bridge.
Worker ready. Head back in.
Stand by Group 2.
Going into docking pattern.
Stand by Group 1.
wow, what's that?
Aye. Path accepted.
Stand by Group 1.
Target acquired.
Can they see
Your
them?
Command.
Oh no, okay. Getting a bit worried there. I do love the design of the ships in Homeworld though.
2. Report of hostiles by Group 1.
Moving to attack.
I was watching a video on Cataclysm where they pointed out like the design of your ships, like the Somtar, is it Somtar ships, is very jumbled.
Waiting. Mimic
Oh, look at
here.
that.
We don't have the time or resources for a major assault right now. Protecting the Caal-Shto is our priority. The Nebula should keep us hidden from their sensor sweeps. We cannot reveal ourselves to the Imperial base. Caal-Shto requires our assistance to cross the Nebula. These are the projected nav coordinates through the area.
Okay.
The Nebula emissions blank all sensors except the Recon's array. Send Recons to scout the nav points ahead of the Caal-Shto.
Now I guess I do need recons.
Beginning construction.
Gosh darn it.
Group 1.
Returning to hangar.
So one thing I might do is unlink them.
Secondary engines online.
Stand by Group 2.
Unlink. Clearing twin.
Because I think the fighters are faster than the
Releasing couplings.
Stand by
corvettes or whatever they are. I don't know.
Secondary engines online. Ready for unlink.
What was I saying, Ime? Oh yeah, like I was watching a video on this Cataclysm Emergence, whatever you want to call it, and they pointed out the Somtar ships. Like, if you play the original Homeworld, you realise the design of them is very jumbled compared to the... What's the faction in the original called? I don't even know, actually. But the original faction you play as, that we're supposed to be like a splinter of, I think they have a very, like...
Engage engines.
they have a...
Begin escorting the Caal-Shto. Stand
They
by
have a
Group 1.
specific design style to them, much like the Tidani ships do. But the Somtar, it's more jumbled. Like, it borrows from, like, the Bentusi, I think was one they mentioned, and then, like, also, like, the original race, original faction. And also the Tidani. One thing I noticed about the Tidani, is it Tidani? However you say it. Their units seem to resemble...
Closing on
Oh.
enemy. I accepting move order.
Not what I wanted to do. God damn it.
Mimic here.
Just trying to get close to them so I can show it off. But like, their ships seem to resemble like real world military assets. Like the fighters look like fighters. Or like planes. And their frigates. These frigates, whatever these are, they look like submarines.
Bridge.
We've picked up another wave of scouts launching from the Imperialist base. Stop them immediately.
Stand by Group 1.
Underway, 2 coordinates now.
Stand by Group 3.
Coordinates locked in.
Stand by Group 1.
Underway.
Command.
Recon, ready to go. Coordinates locked in.
Stand by Group 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at these guys, like... Might as well look at them in the build menu, really. Like, it's very eclectic, isn't it? Some look very functional, others look very spacey.
Stand by Group 1.
Moving to attack.
Bridge. Be advised, Fleet. Stand by. Group ship is relocating.
Target locked in. Target acquired.
Stand by Group 1.
Weapons
Stand by
charged.
Group 2.
Nav point is clear.
Yeah? Good timing. There's a rattle in the manifold. Worker here. Head back in.
Construction underway.
Receiving. Moving out.
Bridge. This is
Wow, yeah, recons do have huge range, don't they?
I'm on my way, Command.
Ready.
That's crazy.
Moving to attack.
Stand by Group 1.
Target locked in.
Report of hostiles by Group 1. Stand by Group 3. Report of hostiles by Group 2.
Target acquired.
Just say the word. I'll be there before
Stand
you
by
blink.
Group 2. Escorts assigned.
Oh, it's Higaran, isn't it? Sorry, I forgot the name earlier, but the original faction is, I think it's Higaran? I know that's the race, isn't it? Or the species, or whatever. So I presume the original faction was just called Higaran. So they seem to have smoother ships, like very svelte and
Stand by Group
sexy looking.
Let me at 'em. I'm on my way, Command. I'm on my way, Command.
Oh,
by
sweet
Group
Jesus.
Weapons charged. Beginning link now.
1. Stand by Group 1.
Underway.
Stand by Group 2.
Weapons charged.
Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 3.
It does seem as though they have a decent health boost. Oh yeah, sorry.
Stand by Group 1.
Using those guys already. It does seem as though they get a decent health boost from being in ACV
To attack.
Report
mode.
of hostiles by Group 2.
Because those acolytes were dropping like flies, weren't they?
From the Imperialist base. Stop them immediately.
Target acquired. Weapons charged.
Stand by Group 1.
We've picked up another wave of scouts launching from the Imperialist
Wait, what?
base. Stop them immediately. The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Just tell me where to go.
Well, we're not, are we?
Report of hostiles by Group 2.
I'll be there before you blink.
Stand by Group 2.
Recon, ready to go. Coordinates locked in.
Stand by Group 2.
Oh, okay, it's
We need to
waiting
do
for
more
us.
combat vessels. Our engineers think they can adapt the heavy tugs drives over to power military frigate hulls. Frigate drive research now available.
Beginning research.
I do kind of like that aspect of
Stand by Group 1.
this, though, because, like,
Command ship has...
I should probably explain that.
Holding position.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot
Yeah, I know.
deviate from this course.
Shut up already.
Command ship is underway.
Sorry, I mean, I like that your forces feel like coupled together to a certain degree.
Stand by Group 1.
You just decide, oh, I need some bigger fucking ships, so let's build some.
Locked in.
And then you start building them, and that's it.
Stand by Group 2.
It's like you're just a mining vessel.
Beginning construction. Stand by Group 1. Report of hostiles by Group 1.
Target acquired.
This is Command. Bridge.
Roger, Command.
Stand by Group 2. Adding ships to Group 2.
Roger, Command.
Setting assigned Group 2.
A minute.
Stand by Group 2.
Underway, 2 coordinates now. Receiving.
Wall. Formation set.
Ready.
Stand by Group 3. Stand by Group 3.
Receiving.
Standing down.
Stand by Group 2.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Adding ships to Group 2.
Target locked in.
Caal-Shto, there are still mines in your path. Hold position while we clear them. Stand by Group 1.
Yeah, stuff like this is kind of annoying. Because I know what I need to do. The game just keeps barking orders at me anyway.
2.
We've
Pairing up.
picked up another wave of scouts launching from the Imperialist base. Stop them immediately.
Stand by Group 1.
Underway.
Stand by Group 2.
Compositing. Underway.
Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 1.
Moving out.
Stand by Group 2.
Target acquired.
Holding position.
Caal-Shto, there are still mines in your path.
Let me
Hold
at 'em.
position while we clear them.
I'm on my way, Command.
Stand by Group 2.
Moving to attack.
Oh wow, look at that lot.
Stand by Group 3.
Target locked in. Weapons charged. Moving to attack.
Stand by Group 3. Stand by Group 2.
Weapons charged.
Stand by Group 1.
Coordinates locked in.
I mean, if we put them there, that should be okay, shouldn't it? Yeah, I think I finished what I was saying, didn't I? Basically, I like that. One of the things I like most about this game is how cobbled together your fleet seems, which I didn't really realise for a long time. I think watching that video about it
Scouts launching from the Imperialist
made it
base.
click.
Stop them immediately.
Because I did play the original, I just don't think I ever completed it.
Stand by Group 2.
Just say the word. Coordinates locked in.
Standing down.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Command ship has arrived. Stand by Group 3.
Nav point is clear.
Bridge. Moving core fleet. Command.
Worker ready. Understood.
Do they not wonder where all their ships are going? Like, they send out flights and flights of ships, and they just disappear and never come back.
Roger.
Stand by Group 3.
Nobody wonders where they've gone.
Underway. Moving to attack.
Recon ready to go.
Stand by Group 2.
Target acquired.
Nav point is clear.
Just tell me where to go.
I was going to say I should probably stop before I get to the next nav point, but the game decided for me.
Construction underway.
I think high frigates are decent, but I don't think there's much point in building them at the moment.
Now.
Until you get the carriers that give you loads of extra points.
Holding position.
don't think it
Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected
really
nav speed.
achieves
Cannot
anything.
deviate from this course.
Stand by Group 2.
Coordinates locked in.
Stand by Group 1.
Target locked in.
I mean, they are useful, but it's better to use
Report of hostiles
fighters
by
at this
Group
point,
1.
I think. ACVs.
Target acquired.
Bridge. Be advised, fleet. Command ship is relocating.
Standing down.
Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Caal-Shto, there are still mines in your path. Hold position while we clear them. Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 3.
Target locked in.
Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 2.
I realised I could skirt all the way around the map to come up there.
Command ship has successfully relocated.
The Taidan scouts have caught sight of the Caal-Shto. Destroy them before they alert the base to our presence.
Stand by Group 1. Stand by Group 2.
We've picked up another wave of scouts launching from the Imperialist base. Stop them immediately.
Moving out.
Stand by Group 1.
It seems like all they care about is the Caal-Shto. Caal-Shto? 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 However you say it. So like as long like they can see the rest of my fleet. And that's no big deal.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Caal-Shto, there are still mines in your path. Hold position while we clear them.
I just want to do a bit of resource gathering at this point. Because I'm presuming as soon as we get to there, there's some sort of like
We've
big
picked
event
up
that
another
happens.
wave of scouts launching from the Imperialist base. Stop them immediately. The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Caal-Shto, there are still mines in your path. Hold position while we clear them. Stand by Group 2.
Target locked in.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Worker here. Good
Caal-Shto,
timing.
there are still mines in your path. Hold position while we clear them. Report of hostiles by Group 2. Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 1.
Going into docking pattern.
This is command.
Yeah, and that's probably enough.
Stand by Group 2.
Weapons charged.
Worker destroyed. Worker destroyed.
Beginning construction. Command.
Worker ready. Hauling rock.
Interesting.
Back in.
Stand by Group 1.
Moving to attack.
Report of hostiles by Group 1. Bridge. Stand by Group 1.
Weapons charged. Returning to hangar.
Stand by Group 3. Stand by Group 2.
Going into docking pattern.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course. We've picked up another wave of scouts launching from the Imperialist base. Stop them, immediately.
Worker ready. Good timing. There's a rattle in the mountain.
Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 1. This is Command. Command ship is underway.
I guess we should build another recon.
Construction underway. Bridge.
Just say the word. I'm on my way, Command.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Let me at him.
Not even sure what they say makes much sense. It's like, oh god,
I'll be there before you blink.
what do we do against that?
This is Recon Fighter 214 to Fleet Command. I'm picking up an Imperial Titan heavy cruiser out here at the mouth of the Nebula. It's blocking our path.
Oh?
We have to destroy the cruiser somehow. It has enough firepower to wipe us out all by itself. But engineering thinks they can design a microship called the Leech to slip in and destroy the cruiser. A project to develop long-range drone technology is ready to begin on your command. Nav point is clear.
Research underway. Bridge.
Okay, I guess we'll wait here then.
Complete.
Holding position.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
She's just going to keep saying that over and over again, isn't she?
Stand by Group 3.
Is this what hell is like?
Into docking pattern.
Research completed. Beginning construction.
These things are pretty cool. I think you use them like twice, or have to use them like twice in the main game, in a single player.
This is Command.
Well, I never really bothered trying to use them in any other circumstance, so I think maybe a better player could have done something smart with them.
Command. Bridge.
Standing down.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot
Bridge.
deviate from this course.
Command ship has arrived.
I'm guessing these are supposed to be like UAVs, UAV type vehicles, you know, like unmanned spacecraft in this case, not aerial vehicles, but you know what I mean. There's no man or woman in this ship. You get closer. I think these guys are pretty much invisible to enemies. But then they can't really do much aside from this venting thing.
Stand by Group 1.
Moving to attack.
Report of hostiles by Group 1. Construction underway. This is command. Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 2. Escorts assigned. Command. Beginning construction.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how long we're supposed to wait with this.
Bridge. Stand by Group 2.
Roger, Command.
Adding ships to Group 2. Stand by Group 1. Stand by Group 1. Stand by Group 1.
Ready.
Stand by Group 1. Adding ships to Group 1.
Returning to hangar.
Stand by Group 2. Wall. Formation set. Wall. Formation set.
I am here, Command.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like a lot of their little fighter craft look like or resemble like aircraft from the real world.
Stand by Group 1.
Oh. Yeah, I have no idea if we're doing damage. Shall I leave it a minute or two?
Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
And then attack? I don't know. What's actually there?
Stand by Group 1.
Okay, it's just a I was about to say a defender cruiser with a shield. Okay. I think there is like a button to show enemy health, like there's a option for it, but I'm just, if I press stuff, it's just going to break the game. I think there is like a visual signal when they're low on health, like if you remember with the Caal-Shto, I think it did look, it was like venting something, wasn't it? And it was low on health.
Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Oh, that might be it. I wonder if we can destroy this with just leeches.
Bridge. Command ship is underway. Stand by Group 1.
Maybe I should save, actually, just in case.
Stand by Group 1.
Target locked
Stand
in.
by Group 2.
Moving to attack.
Stand by Group 1.
Actually,
Beginning link now. Target acquired.
Stand by Group 2.
Weapons charged.
Stand by Group 3.
do I send them in as well? Just worried about scouts.
Holding position.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Moving to attack.
Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 3. Stand by Group 1.
Receiving. Target locked in.
Stand by Group 2. Stand by Group 3. Stand by Group 1.
Target acquired.
Stand by Group 3.
Target acquired.
Stand by Group 2.
I feel like one of them should.
Target locked in. Weapons charged.
Stand by Group 2.
Moving to
One of them
attack.
should attack
Stand by Group 1.
just the carrier.
Group 1.
Oh, sorry, the cruiser. The other group should try and get rid of the shields.
Stand by Group 1.
Moving to attack.
Stand by Group 1.
Roger, command. Weapons charged.
Oh, I do have missiles, don't
Stand
I?
by Group 3.
There we go.
Cruiser. All ships.
Receiving.
Flank speed out of this nebula.
Going into docking pattern.
Aye. Path accepted.
Bridge. Command ship is underway. This is command.
Returning to hangar.
The Caal-Shto needs to follow our projected nav beam. We cannot deviate from this course.
Command. Moving core fleet. Escorts assigned.
Kunlun, this is the Caal-Shto. Sensors are reading a slipgate up ahead. It should lead us out of this nebula. We're going to make a break for it at best possible speed.
Stand by Group
Hyperspace
1.
when you can
Stand by
and join
Group
us on the
3.
other side.
Stand by Group 1.
Caal-Shto,
Stand
out.
by Group 1.
Huzzah. Wow, that's a noise.
All ships, prepare to breach nebula boundary on my mark. We've made it through. The Caal-Shto is safe.
Yeah, okay, let's get out of here.
All ships return for docking and prepare for hyperspace.